Here we will discuss performance evaluations. This is just one step in the overall performance management system. You can use formal performance evaluations to review an employee's performance and reiterate expectations for the employee. If used effectively, evaluations should motivate employees to continually improve. Performance evaluations require both the employee and the supervisor to take responsibility for continued improvements and high-quality performance. The performance evaluation process can accomplish all of the following. 1. Inform employees of their strengths and weaknesses so that they can succeed in their jobs. 2. Identify training and development needs. 3. Document supporting material for employee actions. 4. Identify employees' special skills, abilities, interests, and opinions. 5. Recognize the employee's good performance and accomplishments. And 6. Identify possible merit increases. Each year, Human Resources will send a notice requesting that performance evaluations be submitted by a certain date so that any pay for performance increases can be administered on July 1st. Performance evaluations should be conducted annually for all full and part-time benefited employees. You are not required to conduct formal performance evaluations with seasonal or part-time non-benefited employees, but you may do so if you choose. Keep in mind that performance evaluations are only one aspect of overall performance management. You should also frequently check in with employees so that any problems discussed during the formal performance evaluation do not come as a surprise. To conduct performance evaluations, you will use the Express Evaluations program. It has ready-made templates based on job descriptions for performance evaluation, and supervisors and employees can set goals and keep notes about employees' performance. Past evaluations are saved in the program for easy access. You can find a link to an overview training and screenshots of Express evaluations in Appendix 28 of the Supervisor Guidebook. Here are some suggestions for how to conduct a successful performance evaluation. Before meeting with the employee, review their prior performance evaluations, including notes or records that you have kept. Think about the employee's strengths as well as how they need to develop. Review the employee's own goals and the city's future needs for them, and how they can prepare for those needs. Finally, review the employee's job description yourself and with the employee so that you're both starting with the same expectations of the employee's responsibilities. Before the date of their performance evaluation, the employee should complete a self-evaluation. Ask the employee to address areas of improvement and how you can help them to improve. Be prepared to use this self-evaluation in the meeting with the employee. In the meeting itself, understand that the employee will most likely be nervous, so your first action should be to put the employee at ease. Choose a private location where the employee will feel comfortable talking to you. You may choose to meet in a neutral location, such as a conference room, or sit at a table rather than a desk, so you can have a side-by-side seating arrangement. Once your meeting starts, provide a brief introduction of the importance of the discussion, the evaluation process, any ground rules, and the benefits of holding performance evaluations. When discussing the employee's performance, discuss each dimension rated separately. Be specific by giving details and examples of behavior. Start by discussing strengths before moving on to areas of improvement and weaknesses. To avoid putting the employee on the defensive, talk specifically about performance and never attack an employee personally. You should offer reassurance when possible, but do so without downplaying the seriousness of weakness. Listen to the employee and seriously consider the things that they tell you. You should also solicit feedback from the employee on how you are doing as their supervisor and what you can do to help them be successful in their job. After you have discussed the employee's performance, you should review and discuss with the employee the goals that they have set for themselves and address any additional goals that you, as a supervisor, may need to add. Finally, at the end of the meeting, make sure that your expectations for the employee are clear. Then set a date for the next check-in meeting. Either during or after the meeting, you should document the things that you discussed with the employee. If there is a specific aspect of the employee's performance that needs to be addressed, work with the employee to develop a written improvement plan. This plan may address improvements that must be made due to performance weaknesses, improvements that can be made to raise performance, or skills needed for a new responsibility. Be sure to include a description of the improvement, a timetable for achieving the desired results, specific actions to be taken, how the improvement will be measured, and consequences of not improving. Once a performance evaluation and any improvement plan are completed, both you and the employee should review, discuss, and sign them. The department head must also review and acknowledge the performance evaluation before any salary action or corrective action may be taken. Evaluations and documentation will be stored in the employee's personnel file. Make sure to follow up with the employee on a regular basis throughout the year. Encourage employees and provide feedback on the progress they make. If an employee is not following an improvement plan, additional disciplinary steps may need to be taken. We will take a moment to discuss giving negative feedback and dealing with disagreement during a performance evaluation. Because supervisors may find it difficult to tell an employee that they are not performing well, many below-average employees go for years receiving average or above-average performance ratings. Supervisors have a responsibility to be honest and accurate during performance evaluations, no matter how difficult or uncomfortable it is. This is especially important so that you have documentation of an employee's poor performance in the case where an employee may need to be terminated. When an employee disagrees with your assessment of their performance, remember that the key purpose of the performance evaluation is to allow the supervisor to assess the employee's performance and communicate to them how well they are meeting the supervisor's expectations. It is not necessary for an agreement to occur, but there are some actions you can take when a disagreement does occur. Always be open and respectfully listen to the employee's perspective. Remember that there is no shame in changing your point of view if the employee shares information that you had not previously considered. If you reach the end of the review and still do not agree, document the area of disagreement and explain to the employee that they have the right to attach documentation to their performance review to back up their side of the disagreement.